Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Vraja Narayan Yasodanandana Vraja Narayan Yamuna Tera Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vasadi Gaurav Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurav Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Radha Sama Sundar Radha Sama Sundarare Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Nitai Gaura Hariva 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada
जय विष्णुपाद परमंश परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमदेशी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परमंश परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत श्री ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत गौड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा देवी जमुना देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद ट्रांसजेंडरल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर ललिता विशाखा देवी की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories all to Guru and Gauranga. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudire Nashta prayeshu avadresu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama sloke Bhaktir bhavati naistike Mukhaṁ karati vācālaṁ ullangayate girim Yat kripātamaham vande Shri Gurum Dīnatarim Shri Paramananda Madhavam. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, chapter 83, text 40. Draupadi meets the queens of Krishna. Mahiṣya ūcuḥ bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā jñātvā tena kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ mahiṣya ūcuḥ bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā jñātvā tena kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ mahiṣya ūcuḥ bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā jñātvātha kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ mahiṣya ūcuḥ
bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā
bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā
kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ
jñātvātha kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ
nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ
nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ
pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ
pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ mahiṣya ūcuḥ bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā jñātvātha kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ
mahiṣya
ūcuḥ bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā jñātvātha kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ Mataji.
mahiṣya ūcuḥ
bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā jñātvātha kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ mahiṣya ūcuḥ. The other queen said, bhaumam, the demon Bhauma, nihatya, killing, sa, along with gaṇam, his followers, yudhi, in battle, tena, by him, Bhauma, ruddhā, imprisoned, jñātvā, knowing, atha, then, na, us, kṣiti-jaye, during Bhauma's conquest of the earth, jita, defeated, raja, of kings, kanyāḥ, the daughters, nirmucya, religion, saṁsṛti, from material existence, vimokṣam, the source of liberation, anusmarantīḥ, constantly remembering, pāda-ambujam, his lotus feet, pariṇināya, marriage, yah, who, āpta-kāmaḥ, already fulfilled in all desires. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Rohini Devi, speaking for the other queens, said, after killing Bhauma and his followers, the Lord found us in the demon's prison and could understand that we were the daughters of the kings whom Bhauma had defeated during his conquest of the earth. The Lord set us free, and because we had been constantly meditating upon his lotus feet, the source of liberation from material entanglement, he agreed to marry us, though his very desire is already fulfilled. Purport. Rohini Devi was one of the 9 queens questioned by Draupadi in text 6 and 7. And thus it is assumed that she speaks here representing the 16,099 other queens. Srila Prabhupada confirms this in Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Jnānatimirandhasya Jnānanjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Ūtapada-kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavaṁsya Shri Rūpaṁ Sagrajatam sa-gaṇa-raghunātha nitantam sajivam sadvaitam savadutam parijana sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam sa-gaṇa-lalita Shri Visakha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanasate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurate Se Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. So here in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Rohini Devi representing the other 16,099 queens of Lord Krishna, and speaking about how they attain the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. As we all know, the story is going on that when the Pandavas met Krishna and the Dwaraka, inhabitants of Dwaraka, and also at that time the Brajavasis also went to Kurukshetra on the pretext of solar eclipse. So they all met each other, and also they all met Krishna, their worshipable Lord. So generally when the ordinary women they meet, generally we know they talk about their family life. Even if sometimes they go to a place of pilgrimage, still they will talk about their family life. But here also we see that these women, they are not ordinary women. They are also talking about their family life, but their family life is centered around Krishna. Because Krishna is the husband of 16,108 queens. And also the other ladies like Draupadi and others, they were also very interested to know about Krishna and his activities because they were all devotees of Krishna. So the devotees of Krishna are always eager to discuss about the pastimes of Krishna. Maccita madgata prana bodhayanta paraswaram. So those devotees always thinking about Krishna. Maccita, madgata prana. And their life is fully surrendered at the lotus feet of Krishna. So when they meet each other, that time they kathayanta samang nityam. They always talk about me, Krishna says. They have no other topic of discussion. They only discuss about me. Tushyanti-ja ramanti-ja. And in this way, the devotees, they become fully satisfied. Tushyanti. And they become immersed in the thought of Krishna. So that is the way of always thinking about Krishna and become immersed in the thoughts of Krishna. And in that way, actually one can release his spiritual life. So here, Draupadi is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, and it was natural for her to ask about Krishna's pastimes from the queens of Krishna of Dwaraka. So Draupadi has already asked the principal queens, 8 queens, and now she was asking about this 16,100 queens, about their experience and relationship with Krishna. And here Rohini Devi is representing all these queens and she is speaking. So Rohini Devi is remembering that how Lord Krishna saved them, released them from the prison house of Bhaumasura. So Bhaumasura, or Narakasura, he was very powerful. She was son of Bhumi, so he was very powerful. And when he went to conquer the whole world, he defeated many kings and he took away the unmarried daughters of all those kings and imprisoned them in his capital. So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, before it has been stated, about 16,000 of these princes, that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes from Vishnu Purana, which says that there are 16,100 of these princesses. So 16,000 were the daughters of the kings and 100 were the daughters, unmarried daughters of the demigods, the sages and others. So in this way there are 16,100 daughters, and they were all imprisoned by Bhaumasura. So when Lord Krishna went to the capital of Bhaumasura, Prag-Jyotispur, so that time he had taken his wife Satyabhama with him. So as we all know, that Lord Krishna had promised to Bhumi Devi that unless Bhumi Devi or the mother agrees to kill Bhaumasura, he will not kill Bhaumasura. So that's why Lord Krishna took Satyabhama, who was also mother of Bhaumasura. Bhumi was the original mother, but they are also mothers. So when there was fighting between Bhaumasura and Lord Krishna, and Krishna destroyed all the armies of Bhaumasura, and Bhaumasura had a powerful trident. So he was going to throw towards Krishna. So that time Satyabhama could not tolerate. So she told Krishna that now you kill him. So she ordered. So Krishna killed Bhaumasura. So after killing Bhaumasura, so then Krishna entered the palace of Bhaumasura. And then Bhumi Devi appeared and Bhumi Devi prayed to Lord Krishna and prayed to him for give protection to Bhaumasura's son, Bhagadatta. And Krishna gave her assurance to protect Bhagadatta, give him protection. And then Krishna knew that all these daughters of the kings were imprisoned in Bhaumasura's prison. So Krishna went to release them. And when they were all released, because they were in the prison, that's why they are all dirty clothes and they are not dressed properly. So Krishna made this arrangement to supply them fresh clothes, clean clothes, and to decorate themselves. So after that, then Lord Krishna, knowing their desire, accepted them as his wives and sent them to Dwaraka. Because here Rohini Devi is describing all these things here in this verse. She is telling that bhaumam nihatya sa-gaṇaṁ yudhi tena ruddhā. After killing Bhaumasura with all his associates, sa-gaṇaṁ, in the battle, after killing Bhaumasura with his associates, then Lord Krishna jñātvā, knowing that we are all imprisoned, because Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He knows everyone's heart. So all these princes, all the time while in the prison, they were always remembering Lord Krishna's lotus feet. And Krishna knew this, that they were remembering his lotus feet while in the prison. Because generally, when we are in distress, generally we pray to Krishna for relief. So it was natural that the princes were praying to Krishna and always remembering Krishna while in the prison, and Krishna knew this. That's why Krishna came to release them. Also, there was other reason. By killing Bhaumasura, Krishna wanted to retrieve the earrings of Mother Aditi and the umbrella of Varuna. So all those things. So Rohini Devi is telling, jñātvātha kṣiti-jaye jita-rāja-kanyāḥ. Krishna knew this, that this Bhaumasura had conquered all those kings and imprisoned all these princes in the prison house. So Krishna knew this. That's why what he did, nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ. Krishna released us from the prison house of Bhaumasura. And why did Krishna release us? Rohini Devi is telling, because we were always meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. And what is the result of meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna? That saṁsṛti-vimokṣam. That just by meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna, one can be released from the cycle of birth and death. This is the way to get out of this cycle of birth and death, to always remember the lotus feet of Krishna. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we are also remembering Krishna. So while chanting, we are doing three things. We are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So while chanting, we are hearing also. And when we chant Hare Krishna, here, then we remember Krishna's lotus feet. So when we chant Hare Krishna, the form of Radha Krishna is there in front of us. We remember their lotus feet. So when these three things go on, then our chanting is perfect. Our mind will not be deviated to here and there while chanting the holy name. Sometimes devotees, they say that while chanting, mind is going here and there. So we have to practice. We have to practice this thing. And if we practice in this way, mind will become steady and we always remember the lotus feet of Krishna. And When we remember the lotus feet of Krishna, then we will be released from the cycle of birth and death eternally. No more birth, no more death. That is the way to get out of this miseries of this material world and enter into a realm of eternal happiness. So, it has been also stated that when we remember Krishna's lotus feet, abhismriti Krishna pādāra-vindaya, when we don't forget the lotus feet of Krishna even for a moment, abhismriti Krishna pādāra-vindayo kṣinoti abhadrani ca santanvati. So when you remember Krishna's lotus feet, then this will destroy all the inauspiciousness, thousands of inauspiciousness. It will destroy immediately. And what is the mother of all those auspiciousness? That is becoming forgetful of Krishna. Because we are forgetful of Krishna, that's why we are entering into this material world and trying to enjoy this material world, though we cannot enjoy, and going through so many tribulations, so many difficult situations. And in this way, we actually came to enjoy but end up in suffering. And in that situation, when someone is very intelligent, then in that situation one should take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. That is the only way, that is the only boat to surpass this material dangerous ocean. Saṁsṛti-jaye pāda-ambujam mahat-padam punya-yaso murari. So, one who has taken the shelter of the boat of Krishna's lotus feet, bhaumaṁ buddhiri vasya padam param padam yad vipadam natesam. So this bhaumaṁ buddhi, this ocean of material existence, which is very difficult to overcome. Then when we take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet as a boat to cross this material ocean of nescience, then this whole material ocean become a drop of water contained in calf's hoof print. So this is the result of taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And this is the only way to get out of this suffering of this material world. So that's why it has been stated, abhismriti Krishna pādāra-vindaya kṣinoti abhadrani ca santanvati. Sattasya suddhim paramancha bhakti. So just by remembering Krishna's lotus feet, all this inauspiciousness will be driven away. All auspiciousness would come and our existence will be purified. Now our existence has been contaminated. We are meant to serve Krishna, but we are thinking that we are the enjoyer. We forget that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and we all to be enjoyed by Krishna as his energy. That's why as his marginal energy, our position is to serve Krishna, and we have forgotten that, and we have become the enjoyers, and that is the reason of our suffering in this material world. But when our consciousness will be purified by remembering Krishna's lotus feet. Then we will come back to our original situation, thinking ourselves as this eternal servant of Krishna. Sattasya suddhim. When our existence will be purified, we will remember that we are the servant of Krishna and our only duty is to serve Krishna. And then only we can perform paramahansa bhakti. So when our existence is purified, then we can do this pure devotional service. Now our devotional service is mixed up. But because our existence is not purified. So when the existence will be purified, we will do pure devotional service. Because we will attain gaṇaṁ vijñāna viraga yuktam. So when we attain this knowledge about Krishna, knowledge about ourselves, knowledge about our relationship with Krishna, and then we realize that knowledge. Simple knowledge will not do anything. Simple knowledge we can acquire by reading various scriptures. But unless we realize that those knowledge, then we cannot develop detachment. That's why knowledge should be accompanied by detachment. Detachment from material enjoyment. Then our life will become perfect. So this is the result of remembering Lord's lotus feet. So Rohini Devi is telling, nirmucya saṁsṛti-vimokṣam anusmarantīḥ. Because we are all remembering Krishna's lotus feet, which can deliver one from the cycle of birth and death, then what is to be astonished? There is no astonishment that Lord Krishna came and delivered us, released us from the prison house of Bhauma. Because we are all remembering him throughout our life. So Krishna knew this, pādāmbujaṁ pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ. Because we are all always remembering Krishna's lotus feet, and Krishna knew this. That's why he came. He defeated, killed Bhauma, released us from the prison house, and accepted us as his queens, as his wives. And then Rohini Devi is telling, pariṇināya āpta-kāmaḥ. So one may say that Krishna wanted to marry so many queens. That's why he released them. But Rohini Devi is telling that Krishna does not need us. Krishna does not need us to enjoy. Because he is āpta-kāmaḥ. All his desires are being fulfilled. There is no desire left out to be fulfilled. So Krishna actually does not need us to marry. Sometimes people blame Krishna. Oh, Krishna married so many wives. They don't understand Krishna's position. Krishna married all these queens or all these princes just to fulfill their desire, not Krishna's desire. Because Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala, he is very devoted towards his devotees, very fond of his devotees. So when devotees want something, Krishna like to fulfill that in devotional service. So all these princes, they all remembered Krishna's lotus feet. They all wanted Krishna. That's why Krishna fulfilled their desire by marrying them. Though he did not want or he did not need to marry them. Because he is āpta-kāmaḥ. All his desires are fulfilled. So in this way, Krishna, those who do not understand Krishna, sometimes they blame Krishna by hearing Krishna's activities. But Krishna, that's why says, janma karmam ca me divyam evam jo vetti tattatah tyakta deham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjana. My birth and my activities are transcendental. Lord Krishna himself says, janma karmam ca me divyam. And anyone who knows this in truth, my birth and activities are transcendental, anyone who knows this in truth, then tyakta deham punarjanma naiti. If someone will understand Krishna's birth and activities in truth, that they are transcendental, then after leaving his body, he will not take birth again in this material world. To understand Krishna is that's why very important. Though Krishna appears in this material world like an ordinary human being, but he is not any ordinary human being. He plays the role of a human being, but he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in all his activities. And those who are devotees of Krishna only can understand that Krishna is transcendental to all these material activities. So anyone who understands Krishna can attain Krishna after leaving his body, attain the spiritual abode of Krishna. So the queens here, specifically Rohini Devi, who is representing the other queens, she is actually expressing that Krishna did not need us, but we needed Krishna. We wanted Krishna. We always remember the lotus feet of Krishna. That's why Krishna only fulfilled our desire. And Krishna did not do this thing by stealing us. Though we see in other queen's case, Krishna kidnapped, though he has to also fight after kidnapping. But in this case, Krishna first killed Bhauma, then released all these queens and sent them to Dwaraka. And when they all went to Dwaraka, Krishna expanded himself into 16,100 forms. Prakash Vigraha, Prakash forms. And he married each princess. Each princess Krishna married in different palaces. Because all these princes had different palaces. So Krishna married all of them in different palaces, expanding himself into 16,100 forms. And then So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur states that when a marriage ceremony takes place, naturally parents should be there, relatives should be there. Then his parents, Devaki and Vasudeva, they were only can be present in one place. So how did they attend Krishna's marriage ceremony when Krishna was marrying all these princes? Then he explains that also Devaki, Vasudeva and all the relatives, they also expanded into that many forms to be present in Krishna's marriage. So Krishna's pastimes is wonderful pastimes. We cannot even imagine how it takes place. And only those who are very, very fortunate souls, devoted to Krishna, they can understand Krishna's transcendental nature. And in that way they surrender at his lotus feet and go back to Krishna's abode. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, is there any comments or questions? Yeah. Rohini Devi is speaking one more. 100 then.
Oh, she. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj ji, just I was thinking that Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yoga Tattvata. We see in as devotees, we know Bhagavad Gita and we know this pastimes also. So it means we know this. But if in personal life, if we feel like I have so many anarthas, so do you think that means a person can go to Godhead? Means person can go to spiritual world after leaving the body?
Having anarthas?
Yeah.
If you have anarthas, how can you go unless you are fully purified?
So here it said, person who knows the activities and...
Knowing, what do you mean by knowing? Just by reading books? That is not jnana, vijnana. To read books and acquire knowledge, that is knowing. That is jnana. And what is vijnana? When you realize that knowledge, that becomes vijnana. Otherwise this jnana will be theoretical. You can go through so many books, so many commentaries, so many things. But theoretically you will know. But you cannot realize. When you realize, then you will become purified. Go to Krishna.
Thank you.
And then your detachment will develop when you realize this. Yes, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. Can one become realized without gaining knowledge?
Yeah.
How?
Because if someone is a devotee, he may not have external things like shastric knowledge, but he will understand Krishna in truth. If he is a pure devotee of Krishna, he might have not read so many books, like Gaurav Das Babaji Maharaj. He was not so literate, reading so many books, but he had realized Krishna. So he got the real knowledge, the realization of the knowledge by surrendering to Krishna. So surrendering to Krishna is very important. One may read so many books, he may not realize unless there is surrender. When we surrender to Krishna, then all this knowledge will be revealed Like jasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasyeva kathita yesa prakasante mahatmana. This knowledge will be revealed within the heart when you have devotion to Guru and Krishna.
So Maharaj, for general devotees like us, we need to know this and we need to hear this again and again and then apply it.
Yeah,
Then it becomes realized.
yeah. Yeah, that's why hearing is important. Just by acquiring knowledge will not help. Because sometimes devotees, they study so many books just to acquire knowledge, but there is no realization.
Yeah, they just collect a huge number of books, big library, but then most of them, they're not being read and not being applied.
No, we can read books, but we have to realize that and develop detachment. If we realize that knowledge, then naturally detachment will come. Detachment from material enjoyment and attachment to Krishna. Then we surrender to Krishna. Then that knowledge will help us to take back to Krishna. So, by reading, generally we acquire knowledge, but that has to be realized also. And how we can realize? When we apply that knowledge in our daily life.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the class. My understanding is that there's jnān, vigyan, but there's also shabda.
Sabda?
Shabda. I got a letter once from Srila Prabhupada and he said, Vrindavan is not a localized place. It's the category of Shabda Brahma. It seems to me that reading of Shastra is the opportunity to bathe ourselves in Shabda. It's not just knowledge, is that correct? In other words, when we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, when Prabhupada would do a yajna, he would ask devotees to be reading Srimad Bhagavatam all around the havan.
Yeah.
So there's knowledge, but there's also something more, isn't it?
Yeah. These are transcendental sound vibration.
Exposure.
Yeah. This Bhagavad, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all these scriptures, they are transcendental sound vibration.
So
That also purifies us.
yeah,
That also purifies
even
us.
if we're not very educated,
Yeah.
but still if we just hear
Yeah, yeah.
and read,
Yeah.
we become purified.
Yeah. Yeah. We can become
I think you can say many things about that. I'd like to hear. Can you tell us more?
Okay.
Because Prabhupada emphasized it.
It all depends upon the mentality. There are people who study many scriptures just to acquire knowledge and give nice class, nice pravachan, and become famous. So it all depends upon the mentality. That whether we are just trying to acquire this knowledge to impress others, or we are acquiring this knowledge to realize Krishna in our daily life and apply those knowledge in our daily life and become Krishna conscious. That all depends upon the, like in a class, so many people are hearing, but everyone is not accepting in the same way. There is difference.
I was thinking it was like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam.
Yeah.
It's even if we don't even have faith in the beginning, if we hear, isn't it?
Yeah, gradually faith will come if we are sincere. If you are sincere, gradually, by hearing, by reciting, then faith will develop. We become purified. When we are chanting, we are become purified. It takes time to become realized. Not that we will not study scriptures. We study scriptures, but with the intention of realizing those scriptures in our daily life. Then it will be fruitful. Otherwise, it will take a long time to get purified.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So many questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just want to share when Krishna killed, Lord Krishna has killed Narakasura, his son Bhagadatta, right? His son Bhagadatta.
Bhagadatta.
Yeah. I just heard from other master that Bhagadatta, on his name, the place is now called as Baghdad in Turkey.
In Turkey?
The capital is called Baghdad.
Baghdad.
So I understood that the Narakasura place, the demon Narakasura is living in the land of Turkey, and his son Bhagadatta is actually now called as Baghdad in that land, his capital.
I don't know.
Yes.
Because Narakasura was living in Pragyotispur, which is in Assam.
Okay.
But of course, he went to conquer the whole world.
Okay.
He might have gone there. He was very powerful. Narakasura was very powerful.
And
Bhagadatta was also very powerful. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, in Brahm Vimohan Leela, we hear that when Brahmaji, he stole Krishna's covered boys and calves, then Krishna expanded himself in those forms. So Maharaj, in this case, when he said that in every palace when Krishna was getting married, then Devaki and Vasudeva also expanded. So was it Krishna who expanded himself as Devaki and Vasudeva, or was it themselves, Devaki and Vasudeva, who expanded in those mystical forms?
Krishna will not expand. So Devaki, Vasudeva, they are also Suddha Sattva.
Okay.
They are also transcendental. They have no material bodies. And devotees can also expand by Krishna's desire.
Maharaj, this doubt came because I heard somewhere in Srila Prabhupada's purport that Krishna can expand infinitely, but his devotees can expand, but in a limited number of forms. So that's why I thought this could happen.
Yeah, if Krishna wants, the devotees can expand also. That many forms. There is no limitation.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you Maharaj for your nice explanation. Maharaj, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, we got a chance to associate with the Vaishnavas and hearing Bhagavad Katha. So, you explaining this theoretical knowledge, and we are hearing and we are discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam, and gradually we become purified. So kindly could you tell me that how we can deal with Vaishnavas, or reciprocate with Vaishnavas, change our consciousness in positive way?
How we can deal with Vaishnavas?
And how we reciprocate with them in positive way to serve together, cooperatively.
We have to understand that what to speak of Vaishnavas. Even in all living entities, Krishna is sitting as Paramatma. So if we can think in that way, that in everyone's heart Krishna is sitting, so I should respect him. Like when we are offering some respect to someone, whom we are offering respect to Krishna. So if we have at least this sense that Krishna is in everyone's heart, then we will try to behave with them very respectfully, not offend anyone. Then our association with devotees will be very nice. Our association with others will be also very nice. Otherwise, what will happen? Like we have lost anger, greed, envy, all those things will come up. So Krishna also says this thing, that when you think that I am sitting in everyone's heart, then all these things will go down. Lost anger, greed, envy, all these things will go down. You become respectful to other living entities. And then we can create a nice atmosphere. Otherwise there is Kali Yuga, so much fighting, this thing, that thing, this happened, that. All these things are going on. At least in Vaishnava community, we should have very good relationship, and we work together to push on Srila Prabhupada's movement, because this is the only hope for the whole world. This Krishna conscious movement is the only hope in this age of Kali, to save this whole world. So this movement will spread when devotees will be together, and they will set the example for others, that how they are living peacefully and preaching Krishna consciousness, and also realizing that Krishna consciousness in their own life. Then others will be attracted to Krishna consciousness movement, and we can spread this movement and please Srila Prabhupada.
So,
Hare Krishna.
so we can set up by our own example.
Own example, yes.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.